Hello, Tamara.
Hi, Doron. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Kind of a crispy, cool day here in Jerusalem, in
Yeah.
the city of David. Hello to our friends out there from around the world. It's nice to have you back with no masks on our faces in Israel.
Yeah, definitely not. Hi, guys. I'm really excited because I'm going to get to see some things that even I haven't seen. And you guys are going to be able to experience, to touch, to feel, to see all the things that I'm really excited to show you. So let's get started, yeah?
Let's go. We're going to be heading deep, deep underneath the ground. So put on your jackets and let's do it.
Let's go back in time.
Okay. So we're going to squeeze through this little gate here. Hello.
This is gorgeous.
So this room, isn't this beautiful?
Yeah. How old is it?
This is around 100 years old. This is one of the first homes in the city of David. And look, beneath their feet is the staircase that's going to go down to the most important place in all of biblical Jerusalem. Can you imagine if someone found beneath your floor the entrance into the most important place in biblical Jerusalem?
Wow. So can you explain to me kind of where we are?
Sure.
I don't understand. So if you can orient me.
Yeah, well, let's look at this picture.
Okay.
So here we have the city of David modern day.
Okay.
You can see the Temple Mount. The city of David is beneath this hilltop right over here.
And where
So if you peel away this hilltop and go back in time, it would have looked like this.
Okay.
Okay.
What time period are we talking?
So this picture goes back to the time of Solomon
Okay.
and David around 2,900 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We're right over here underneath one of these homes.
Oh my God. Really?
The home here is exactly where a home would have stood, and beneath this home was a secret shaft that went down, 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 down to the water that was outside the city walls.
Why was it outside the city walls? I mean,
That's where the water was, and all they could do was find a secret shaft to go outside the city walls down to get to their water.
because otherwise the city wouldn't have survived.
No question. Back in the ancient day, what did you need to survive?
You needed water.
You had to have your water. And so the only water in all of Jerusalem is down this staircase.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Come on. Ladies first. Come on with us. Hey, Tamara, look at this. These pictures here.
Yeah? What is it?
So these are pictures of the city of David that go back decades.
Oh, wow.
And the area we're standing in now would have been looking just like this as they dug top down.
Oh my God, it's completely barren.
Yeah, there was nothing here back in that time. Isn't
Oh
that
my
incredible?
God. Yeah,
It was before civilization came to this area.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I recognize that.
All right. Here we go.
So how many years are we going back in time?
So we're going back in time 4,000 years.
4,000?
Yeah. This is all the way back to the time of Abraham and Melchizedek. If you look in the Bible in the book of Genesis,
Okay.
Abraham meets a king called the king of Shalem.
Okay.
And people now believe, and it's accurate based on the timing of the city, that Shalem was Jerusalem. The word Jerusalem was Ur Shalem, Ir Shalem, the city of Shalem. So Jerusalem is Shalem, and Melchizedek would have been the king. And Abraham would have met him here. And what we're going to see now goes back all the way to the time of Abraham.
Oh my God, we can date it back that far?
We can date it. And we found the chisels that they used to make these, and they were bronze chisels,
Really?
1850 BCE.
Wow.
All right, so now we're walking down the stairs to the belly of the earth.
Okay. My goodness.
Yeah, this is...
So steep. Oh my God. What?
So you know why this is so steep, Tamara?
I have no idea. Why is it so steep?
Well, did you ever see Indiana Jones? You know how Indiana Jones has to climb up these ladders and there's pits beneath him?
Yeah.
This is so steep because it actually was a retractable staircase. The people in the city could pull this back, and if we were trying to capture the city, there's a bottomless pit right below us. Look over here. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
That was meant that if someone tried climbing up the staircase, you pulled up the stairs,
Okay.
and they're standing here over a massive crevice, they have to take their whip and, swing over the edge.
Oh my God.
So this is exactly like an Indiana Jones-like movie. Now, Where we are right now,
Okay.
you have to imagine, go back 4,000 years,
All
folks.
right.
Your water is outside the city walls. How are you going to get it? Well, you didn't have iron.
Mm-hmm.
All you had was bronze, very soft material. And you would say, okay, how are we going to get it? Let's start digging through the earth. So you'd start digging through the earth, through the stone. You would do it. Your kids would continue, your grandkids. 4 or 5 generations later, people managed to go through the earth, all the way underneath the ground to the water.
Oh my God, you can see the chisel marks. This is incredible.
Exactly. These are the actual marks. Isn't that amazing? Those are the actual chisel marks from 4,000 years ago.
Why would they have bothered with doing all this? This is an incredible amount of work to be able to build something like this.
So, I think the only answer is this was what kept them alive. This was the only thing keeping them alive, and that's why they built it, meaning this is what brought them underneath the ground to their water.
Okay.
And if there was an enemy attacking above them, they could secretly go beneath the enemy's feet like you're walking right now
Okay.
and go down to their water source. And so when your life is at stake, you build something like this.
My God.
You can see the curvature of the chisel marks.
Yeah.
And once we get to the bottom, the chisel marks are heading towards us, which means there were 2 teams, one at the water, one at the top of the mountain, and they met right here.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And how they did it, we're not even sure.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What's your head?
Yeah, they were shorter than I am. Hello, you guys made it with us? All right.
So the Bible talks about King David and how King David conquered the city. And it says like something strange. It says he conquered the city through a tzino.
What is a tzinor? Anybody out there know what a tzinor is?
Right.
Hebrew translation. What does it mean today?
Well, in modern Hebrew, it means water pipe.
Right.
And here we are standing in an ancient water pipe.
That's true. That's true.
That's just incredible. I can't believe it. Like this entire system was a water system in ancient days.
It was. What it was the people inside the city would come down via this system, down to the water source, fill up their buckets, put them on their shoulders, and walk back up. And David did something genius because it says in the Bible, in the 2nd book of Samuel, chapter 5, that David is standing at the walls. Now, where are the walls? Above us, on the surface of the earth are the walls.
Oh, wow.
And the Jebusites yell at him. They say, David, come over these walls. But the Bible says David doesn't go over the walls. He goes under the walls through this water system and uses it against them
Wow.
by then entering into the city from underneath the ground.
He infiltrated the water pipes and got through to the city through the water system.
He did like a commando raid, a 4,000-year-old commando raid.
God, that's crazy.
Isn't it amazing? These stones are smooth because people have been walking on them for so many thousands of years. They've been worn smooth.
Wow. They must have really been in shape.
Oh yeah, I mean, imagine walking down is one thing, imagine walking back up. Here it gets much, much taller as well, by the way. Look at that, it's 3 floors high.
Guys, take a look at how deep this is.
So this is Warren Shaft.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about Warren? and
Sure.
Why he was sent here?
So Warren was sent here by Queen Victoria,
Okay.
the Queen Victoria, who was looking for,
Was he looking for treasure?
they were looking for treasure. He was looking for the treasures of the Bible in order to snatch them and bring them back to England.
Okay.
And Warren made his way into the water system, the water below us,
Okay.
and he climbs up this shaft and he actually discovers this system in around 1867, 1868, and it gets his name, Warren, from the name Captain Charles Warren.
Oh, wow. Okay. I heard there were other explorers here, though.
There were. And let's go see what they found.
Okay. Whoa. A cave.
A cave.
Oh my God. Like for cavemen.
For cavemen, this is where they lived. The earliest family in Jerusalem. This is the origin story of Jerusalem, this cave.
Oh my God. What did you find here?
So people were living here and they had the spring all to themselves, the spring of Jerusalem just beneath us on the cliff face. Now we came through here, we knew about this cave, we knew it was an ancient cave, we didn't know how old until a volunteer found a little cave inside this cave. And in that little cave we took out vessels from the Chalcolithic period, which is called today the Stone Age. And it showed us that these Stone Age people were living here. One day they left, they never came back, and we found their IKEA dishes sitting here beneath the cave.
Oh my goodness. So this is the original cavemen of Jerusalem.
This is where it began. This is truly where Jerusalem began. Now let's go see some of the people who really were looking for this and were digging beneath the ground.
So we were talking about earlier how there were other explorers that came to Jerusalem, and I heard that one of these explorers was actually the inspiration for Indiana Jones.
That's true. His name was Montague Parker.
Okay.
He was the 5th Earl of Morley Castle in England. It still exists. In fact, his great-granddaughter was here at the City of David this week. And Montague Parker, he's not an actual archaeologist. He is truly a treasure hunter.
Oh, wow.
He raises hundreds of thousands of pounds on the London Stock Exchange to find the treasures of Solomon and pay back his investors and keep a lot of the money for himself.
Wow.
And he comes through and he actually, see these buckets right here?
That's a bucket?
These are buckets left here by Parker. Now, why were they left here? Parker's digging and looking for treasure. He's paying off, bribing the Ottoman authorities, and he's looking and digging furiously, comes to the City of David, and all of a sudden his money runs out. And the Ottomans say, you got to get out of here. And they send soldiers to capture him. And Parker, it says he left his buckets and his pipe, and he ran to Jaffa Port, gets on his boat, and sails back to England. Now, there's an amazing New York Times article, cover page, May 1911, that says Parker is trapped, lost at sea, possibly with the treasures of King David and King Solomon, including the Ark of the Covenant.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
And I'll tell you, he surfaces in England with nothing, and no one ever knows if he found treasure and hid it, or if he didn't find treasure.
Oh my gosh, that's such a mystery. That's so cool.
Amazing. The mystery continues.
Wow. Hey, Doron, where are you taking me?
Well, once we get up there, you'll find out.
I thought I'd never been here before.
Tamara, careful. These are all bags that are full of archaeological earth.
Clearly this place is off limits. I've never been here. And where are we doing?
We're right here. Take care. Carefully. Carefully. Don't become part of the excavation.
Okay.
Now, this whole area actually began because of this little hole in the ground with this bag in it.
What?
And if you look out the bag, you see a hole.
Yeah. What is?
Okay, so we know these holes. This is used for grinding flour into making bread.
Okay.
And we realized if they were grinding flour, making bread, where do you eat your bread? In your house. Well, we're right near the big pool, where the spring. Who's making their pizza here? And we realized maybe there were people who were living near here, and maybe we're next to their entrance of their house. So the Israel Antiquities Authority, which are the actual archaeologists here, they were looking all around the room. They see there's walls here. This is an actual wall. And they're looking for the entrance of a home, which just over here, follow me, they found. And voila,
Whoa.
the entrance to a home that is 4,000 years old.
And that.
An entire underground home. Could you imagine? This is the master bedroom for a family who lived here thousands of years ago.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
And look at this, Tamara.
Oh, whoa.
Look at this.
Oh, that's like a shelf.
Yeah.
They would probably put their lamps here. That's unbelievable. Look at this. How old is this place?
Well, we know people lived here 2,800 years ago, and it's probably older than that.
Oh my God.
And here you can see, look at this.
Oh, look, it looks like a water trough.
Exactly. This is a water trough.
Yeah.
And it's made of stone, which back then the Jewish people were dealing with purity and impurity, and stone did not receive impurity. So they had a water trough made of stone. And where I'm standing, inside here,
What is that?
this is the ancient oven.
Oh my gosh.
So they were cooking here. And you want to see something incredible?
What?
Do you see that black on the roof?
Oh my gosh.
Look, there's the smoke.
That's the smoke
Oh my God.
from thousands of years ago when a family was living here,
Oh my.
cooking a little fire, the children sitting around. And could you imagine if you'd say to them 3,000 years later, we and people from around the world will be looking at the black suit above us.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Is this in the Bible?
So this is in the Bible.
Where?
Imagine a family's living here.
Uh-huh.
The Bible tells us in the book of Kings and the book of Isaiah that King Hezekiah is ruling Jerusalem.
Yeah.
It's around 700, 702 before the Common Era.
Okay.
And Sennacherib, the largest king in the entire world of Assyria, comes to conquer Jerusalem. And as he gets closer and closer, he sends messengers to Jerusalem to dictate terms to the people. And the messengers of Assyria even spoke Judean Hebrew. And they say to the people, listen, did the gods of any of the people that we just passed through, did their gods help them? What makes you think your God's going to help you?
Mm-hmm.
He said, just come out of these walls, give each person a fig tree, we'll give you a grapevine, just give up your Judaism.
Mm.
And had they done that,
Wow.
the Jewish people would, that's it for the Jewish people, that's
Right.
it for the Bible, that's it for all the religions in the world that hold the Bible sacred. But the Bible says not a single person left the walls.
Wow.
And they had faith,
Uh-huh.
and they stood strong.
Wow.
And the prophet Isaiah tells the people, you're going to be safe. And the Assyrians are killed, it says in the Bible, by an angel of God
Mm-hmm.
that struck them dead. And what's amazing is Assyria has an inscription that's in the British Museum that tells about this entire battle with Jerusalem.
Wow.
And they don't talk about the angel, but they say as well, Jerusalem was the only place that was not conquered by the Assyrians.
Wow. So the 10 lost tribes that we know about, it would have been the 12 lost tribes if the people had left the walls.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, could you imagine tomorrow a mother and a father and children sitting here, and the mother and father hearing the words of the Assyrian soldiers,
Mm.
the largest army in the world, just saying, give up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But they stayed strong.
And we can see the life here that they were living.
That's right.
Unbelievable. And this is just the start. I mean, they're still excavating this place.
Yeah, we're excavating here. Look over here.
Mm.
Just behind me, there's a pick.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Goodness. And look at these shelves. Look at that. I just, look, you can imagine them digging this out with something like this back
Right?
then. Can't you? It's unbelievable.
Now I'll tell you. You mentioned that they're still excavating.
Yeah.
So look up over here.
Uh-huh.
Follow me. Don't fall in that pit. Look what you see right here.
Oh, wow. Look, there's pottery. I can even see the red. Look, look, look. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So
Look at
tomorrow
that.
morning, there'll be some excavators in here, and they'll be piecing that together and figuring out who lived here, what they were doing,
Wow.
and what happened in the final minutes before they left this area.
Wow.
But we know, for all of our viewers, one day you'll be allowed to come through here, and so will we.
Yeah.
And we'll see the mystery unfolding of the cave that goes back to the time of Assyria, and probably even before.
Gosh, I'm so lucky.
We're all lucky.
Yeah.
We can see our history thousands of years later.
What is this incredible pool? I hear water.
The water of the spring is really close to where we are right now. It's just on the other side of this door, right over here. And the water is flowing, and it used to fill this entire room.
Wow. Why is it dry now?
So look, first of all, you have to understand, we're inside a carved out section of a mountain. In the ancient world, it was open to the sky.
Okay.
And the spring used to come here and fill the pool, and people would stand here and throw down their buckets and pull them back up. There was a fish market right above our heads, which I'm going to hopefully be able to take us and go see. And the life of Jerusalem was in this area, was right here. At some point, the water was diverted out of this room and put into another tunnel. However, this brings us back to one of the most incredible stories of the Bible, which is about King David's most well-known son, Solomon. Now, King David is an old man. He's so old that they try to warm up his body with clothes, and he can't get warm.
Okay.
And his son Solomon is only 12 years old. So an older brother of Solomon says, I'm going to be king. Who's this little kid? His name is Adoniah, and he's about to steal the throne.
Okay.
And Bathsheba, Solomon's well-known mother, goes into David and she says, David, all the eyes of Israel are on you. You said Solomon's going to be king.
Right.
And in one of his last commands, David says, bring Solomon down to the water,
Okay.
where he stands over the Gihon Spring
And that's
and
here.
anoints him. That's right here. Solomon is standing right here at the age of 12.
Oh my goodness.
They're pouring the oil over his hair, and it's dripping and mixing with the water of
Oh
Jerusalem.
my God. And this is the anointing pool of King Solomon.
That is exactly what
This is where he became
This
king.
is where he became king. There's only one place, and this is the place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't that
Wow.
amazing? First book of Kings, chapter 1. So here we are at the water source.
Our last stop.
That's true, and yet not our last stop, because our guests are going to join us again in the future. And actually, this is the first stop, because this is where Jerusalem began.
That's true. So where are we, Doron?
So we saw the pool of Solomon that he was anointed on. The water that we hear, that water used to flow into the pool of Solomon.
Then what happened?
So King Hezekiah, who we heard was preparing for the Assyrian assault, diverts the water from that pool into this cave that we're about to see.
Oh, wow.
And when he does that, he saves the city because Assyria couldn't capture the water source.
Wow, that's incredible. So this tunnel is the reason why Jerusalem's alive today.
This has always been the heart of Jerusalem. This was the secret of Jerusalem, and this is still flowing in the modern day. For thousands of years, while nations have risen and fallen, this water's always flown in Jerusalem. It's seen the Jewish people exiled and the Jewish people returned, and it's waiting for everyone around the world to come and experience it themselves.
Come take a look.
Look at the water gushing beneath our feet.
Wow. So this is the Gihon Spring.
This is it. Here.
This is where it all began.
This is the very, very life source of Jerusalem.
Thank you for joining us. There's lots more to explore, so let us know in the comments below what you want to see next.
And we'll take you there. Tomorrow, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow in Jerusalem.